I said I was going to start a YouTube channel, so I guess I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Yeah. So I said I was going to do an in-depth, I don't know if you guys watched the TikTok or not, but I said I was going to do an in-depth, God, this thing is heavy, an in-depth video on the truck, because a lot of people ask me questions about it all the time. It is a 2000 F250, had a 7.3 in it. It's still a 4R truck. It's got a 01 24 valve in it with a it's got a 476 8710 on it. I guess I can just, you know, point it at the dam. It has a 476 87 110 T4 on a Steed Speed T4. It's a high mount setup. The intercooler on the truck is just a factory aluminum 6-liter intercooler, but yeah, injector wise it is some Flux Mach 7s that have been set up as a 6-hole instead of a 7-hole on it. The rest of the fuel is it's an Air Dog 165 4G. I need to get a 220 5G so that way I can do boost by fuel, but I have not got that far yet. That's another video I plan on doing eventually. I don't know how long it'll take me. I got a lot of video plans for this thing, but the rest of the fuel is a stage 2 Scheid injection pump from Patrick Brown. I bought it at UCC I bought it a year ago, and it's been good so far. It definitely woke the truck up. If you guys don't have a stage 2, I definitely recommend a stage 2 if you're planning on throwing some power at them. Intake was done by Travis Duncan at Duncan Performance in Woodbury, Tennessee. That's been on there for quite a while. But let's see what else. I mean, it's got all the fancy billet stuff on there. It's got a beans valve cover, King Speed front cover. I do not recommend ever buying a King Speed front cover for any 24 valve at all. Mine leaks like crazy. I've resealed it like 4 times and it still gives me issues. So I definitely will not be going back to a King Speed later on. I've actually planned on putting a factory tappet cover back, or front cover back on it, because the King Speed one just leaks like hell, and I've never been able to fix it. Let's see. It's got a King Speed. I guess you can't really see it. It's got a King Speed oil pan on it. I said in the TikTok, the trans is not in the truck yet for reasons I don't like to talk about. It stripped the forward hub, not the forward hub, it stripped the torque converter input hub inside the converter again. It's been like the 3rd time it's done that, so I'm having some issues with the torque converter company that I'm using. But I plan on calling Suncoast and talking to them guys and seeing if I can't get swapped over to them. Let's see what else. Obviously the truck is swapped, so it's a de-stroked motor mounts that they don't make anymore. I guess they updated their updated their motor mounts to a different style. So mine are actually a polyurethane. They changed them to like a solid, like 24 valve mount now, which I'm not a fan of the way they set them up in there. De-stroked adapter plate. It's got a de-stroked flex plate, de-stroked adapter plate, de-stroked motor mounts is what I use for that. The Fummins ECM I wired in myself, so it's just on a relay to battery power and then keyed all the time power to fire off. Let's see, what else is there? There's a lot done to this turd. It's off the top of my head, it's going to be wild. If you guys ever have swapped your truck to my body style and you're having issues with overheating and you have electric fans, you can take your thermostat out and drill it with 2 093 holes. at the very, very front of the thermostat, and you'll never have an overheating issue again. My truck runs at 180 constantly. It never gets hotter anymore. AC stays cold. Still has AC. That's the other thing with this setup, is it still has the 7.3 alternator and AC compressor on it, which is really nice, so I don't have to worry about fighting like Dodge swap parts. What else? It's got fire pump freeze plugs in it. It's got Hamilton 103 valve springs, Hamilton extreme push rods. It's got a fluid damper. It's got Street Fighters in it. Pistons, when I had them out, I just gapped the pistons for nitrous, which in another video, that's what I'm going to explain, setting up like a spool jet and then a larger jet for down track. Trying to think what else. For swap guys, the 2nd gen downpipe works. You just got to extend it a little bit for the cross member. And then I think that's it engine wise. Pretty sure. I don't know. There's other stuff. You guys got comments. I'm gonna plan on having a bunch of videos out. This is the first video ever, so I'm not expecting it to be perfect. But it's 4-inch exhaust. A lot of people ask me that because the S400 makes like a crazy sound on my truck. It sounds like a damn 6.7, but it's not. Which I plan on doing a 6.7 over wintertime and a 48 swap instead of having a 4R. But that'll be a way later video. But yeah, that's it for engine, I believe. It's just got a factory 7.3 radiator in it with two 16-inch electric fans on it that are just wired to a relay. They come on as soon as the truck starts. Yeah, other than that, the TikTok, I was going to talk about the 6.7 plenum. The throttle bracket I'm going to move to the inside of the cab, and I'll have a 6.7. I want to buy a Banks high flow ram intake to put over there and paint it the same color as the intake that I have now. But we'll see how that goes, if I have enough time or not. And then the #1 fuel line, I've got that on the way. I've got 2 extras of those because when you go to bend them, you got to bend them in a very weird way, and I'm afraid I'm going to snap one, so I'll have a couple extras in case I do. But that should be it for that. Trans on the truck, like I said, that's not in it right now, but it is a 4R still. It's got Aramid input shaft, a TCS big shaft intermediate with the forward drum and the center support hub. It's got 300M output shaft. It's got extra clutches in the low reverse, forward direct, and overdrive. Those are all Gen 2 blue clutches, which people say not to run those as a daily driver, but I've never had an issue. I also beat the crap out of the trans, so that might help with glazing on the clutches. The other thing you guys can do for your 7.3 trucks is put a 6.0 cooler on it. The trans never gets above 150, 160 on 100-degree days. I've never had an issue out of it there. What else with the trans? It is a precision torque converter, but I've been having major issues with those guys the past 2 years, so I said I'm going to try talking to Suncoast about it and get moved over to them. What else is the trans? It's just a factory T-case, factory drive shafts. I didn't have to cut anything or move anything for the swap. I'm trying to see. There's a bunch of stuff done to this thing. Bunch of random little nitpick stuff. My swap, I'm not trying to brag, but like my swap is 99% done. Looks pretty clean. Everything works except the RPM because I refuse to spend $400 on the box to make the RPM gauge work. The only other thing it doesn't have is cruise control, but I have the box to wire in for that still. But I'm going to do that when I relocate the throttle, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Rear end wise, it's Yukon heavy duty axles. It's a Sterling 10 1/4. I kept having issues with ring and pinions too, snapping and falling apart. So I went and, actually I'll just flip it around. I used to have a lot of issues with the axles falling apart on this thing. are coming apart. I actually went to O'Reilly's and got a, or not O'Reilly's, AutoZone, and got a cheap, I think it's like $300. It's got a lifetime warranty ring and pinion, and bearings and all that are lifetime warranty too on it. So I've done that. What else with the rear end? It doesn't have a fancy yoke or anything on it. Trying to see. This is pretty much it for the truck wise. The nitrous bottle, like I said, I plan on putting a nitrous bottle in the glove box, not the glove box, the center console. Doing all that wiring for a spool jet and a jet down track that I plan on having a video on. I'm going to do a video on the 6.7 intake plenum too. So that'll be taken care of. Yeah, that should be about it. Oh, the turbo that was on the truck was a forced 476, 87, 110. I don't know what happened. I think the compressor housing came loose and blew it up, but I'm on a Borg now, and this thing spools so much better than the forced ever thought about being, even with the bigger housing, because I was on a 90 housing on the forced and would have issues with it. But now the Borg, I don't have any issues with it at all, spool up wise. But yeah, I'll have some track videos at the end of the month after I get the converter back and the trans put back in it. I wanted to do a sled pull at the end of the month, but I don't know if I'll make it to that or not. I really would like to go to the track, because the track's closing at the end of the year that I usually go to. Yeah, there's nothing fancy on the inside. It's just got the normal autometer gauges, 4-pillar pod down the side. That's pretty much it for that. Trying to think motor-wise. It's an 01 24 valve. Doesn't have anything fancy. I know a lot of people have issues with the map sensors on these. I have issues with them too, so if you guys have found a solution for map sensors, if you can upgrade them to a different style map sensor or something, that would be helpful, because I go through these like 4 or 5 a month, and it's just warranted O'Reilly's. I've tried a Cummins one that does the same thing. Yeah, that should be about it. The other thing is, I'm going to get rid of the degas bottle and swap to a 6.0 radiator and weld a bung in the top, close off the port on the back side, and then run an overflow over to the corner to get rid of this big ugly yellow thing, because I mean it's pretty nasty. I can't stand it. Ain't nothing better than opening the hood of the show and you got a big gigantic yellow turd staring at you. But yeah, that should be it for this one anyways, as far as I can think. This is the video plans I plan on doing with the truck. I'll have a trans video up for 4 on 100 guys if you guys want like an in-depth tear apart and put back together on those. I can do that, show you what you got to drill, what you don't have to drill, the upgrades that I've done to mine. But I plan on doing just videos on this truck. I've got a couple buddies that have trucks. I've got a buddy that wants to do a 6.7 swap and a 48 on a single cab 6-liter truck. So I'm sure we'll get some videos on that. What else? I don't think there's anything else. I just plan on doing a lot of videos of this truck, because I mean, I slacked off for so long, and if you guys would have seen where this thing started, it's crazy how far it's come. So, but yeah, that should be it for this video. Put in the comments what you want to see in the next one. Just bear with me a little bit on how the quality of the videos are right now, because obviously this is the first time ever doing this and talking to a camera. I'm pretty used to talking to a camera, but there's still going to be like pauses and stuff like that until I get it figured out. Obviously I keep looking at the viewfinder instead of the actual lens on it, but yeah, we'll get that figured out. Oh, it's also got the Reaper track bars. I don't know if you can't really see them. They're Reaper track bars. They're 72-inch track bars, and those things helped out like crazy. The other thing is the battery is right there on the frame now. It's a red top Optima battery, but yeah, it should be. Turn this back up. That should be it for this video. Like I said, if you guys got comments or anything you want to see, or what's done to it, we can get it situated and I can do a video on it, whatever you guys want to see. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I said, just bear with me on some content. I've got the intake on the way and the fuel lines and all that stuff, so that'll be out probably next week. I plan on posting a video every Friday now and seeing how that goes. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment to what you want to see, and then we'll just keep going from there.